What is up, friends? Today I am so excited to give you my first impressions for Netflix's new series She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. The show will officially release in 1 week, and I can't reveal too many plot points in this video, but look forward to a full season review after it drops on November 13th. Going into the show, I didn't know exactly what to expect. See, I'm a 90s kid, and He-Man and She-Ra aired in the early to mid 80s. So while I knew about the franchise, it was mostly through the toys, and I have very little nostalgic connection to them. But after watching through the first season of this new series, guys, I'm kind of obsessed. The show is so engaging that I actually went back and watched a ton of the original Filmation versions of She-Ra and He-Man, plus the 2002 version of He-Man. This new show got me so interested in the lore of the new series that I couldn't wait to see what they had pulled from all the classic versions of the franchise. And the cool thing is that they used a lot. There are definitely changes here and there to better fit the story they're telling and create more interesting character dynamics, but they have largely stayed very faithful to the classic lore of the shows, which is really cool. I can't go into too many details, but they even pulled some deep cut references from not just the OG He-Man and She-Ra, but from the 2002 He-Man as well. The major difference in the series is in regards to the characters and their personalities, which truthfully is a really good thing. After watching so much of the original She-Ra, it was pretty clear that most of the characters lacked any significant personality. Like many characters in 80s cartoons, they were idealistic heroes that lacked flaws, or genuinely evil villains that lacked nuance. This was fine for a cartoon series in the 80s, and the series even had some important, albeit ham-fisted lessons at the end of each episode, but the lack of true relationship dynamics isn't gonna fly in a 2018 show. Fortunately, the new series completely rectifies this. Every character has such a fun and unique personality that creates such a great relationship dynamic between the group. The last time I loved a cast of characters this much was Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I think probably has the greatest cast of characters ever. Personally, I'm a really big fan of this new animation style and art design, but I know that's been getting a lot of hate ahead of the release of the series because it's so different than the original. But the stunning backgrounds and vibrant colors really did it for me. It honestly feels like they took Avatar or Korra and smashed it together with Steven Universe, and I think it works really, really well. I do want to address a bit of the backlash the show has gotten from fans of the classic, which to a degree, I understand. We're living in this age where so many nostalgic things are being rebooted, but not for the people who grew up on them, and that nostalgia can really fuel a lot of hate. The original He-Man and She-Ra had a lot going for it. Not only were they two massive cartoon series, but they had really awesome toy lines that kids could bring home with them, and let's be honest, those toys were truly awesome. Changing the art style and tone of the franchise so drastically isn't going to be the most palatable thing to massive fans of the original shows, but at the end of the day, the new show isn't for them. They're taking some really interesting characters and lore and updating for a modern audience. If you look at what has been hugely popular in this action-adventure genre in the last 20 years, it's shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender, Teen Titans, Voltron Legendary Defender, Young Justice, Justice League Unlimited, Steven Universe, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, and these are all great shows, but they are not like the cartoons of yesteryear. I don't know if this show is going to win over all of the fans of the original series, but the good news for those people is that there are 130 episodes of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe and 93 episodes of She-Ra Princess of Power for them to watch already. And if this show has the same effect on its new audience that it had on me, it's gonna get people really interested in the classic He-Man/She-Ra story and lore. I had little to no interest before I watched the show, and now I literally own a He-Man She-Ra episode guide and encyclopedia. I cannot even express how excited I am for this show to come out and see how audiences receive it, because I think it's something really, really special, and I honestly just want to talk about it more. If you're a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, Steven Universe, Legend of Korra, Voltron Legendary Defender, I think you're really gonna dig She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. Noelle Stevenson did such an amazing job running the show, and I've been a fan of hers for a while. If you haven't read the series Lumberjanes, which she wrote for, or her graphic novel Nimona, definitely check those out. But now I want to hear from you. Are you excited for She-Ra and the Princesses of Power? Were you a fan of the classic She-Ra or He-Man? Let me know below in the comments. And if you like this video, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share, and please tune in next week for my full Season 1 review. I'm really excited to talk about it. Alright, see you guys.
Johnny! Two cellos!